ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not.
Alright, so you can see that we do not have the A4, and we got this lovely courtesy vehicle. Just a quick observation of some key differences on the B9 versus B8. These door handles that look like they should pull straight out, but they go upwards instead. That's always been something I've hated about the B9s. If you're gonna have a door handle like that, make it flat like they always have. All the B5s and stuff like that. And if it's gonna pull out and look like it's a handle that pulls out, actually have it pull out. So I drove the car yesterday, and performance-wise, it feels okay. Feels like it gets up and goes a little bit quicker than the B8s. I mean, this is just a 2-liter as well as mine. The thing I did not like is how they simplified a lot of the options in the MMI menus that you do on the B8s. They really toned it down. I'll go into that in depth a little bit more later. I think the car looks good. Those wheels are ugly. It's a good looking car, but I don't know if I like it more than V8s. As much of this is probably old news, but the B9s do come with much beefier calipers than even the facelift B8 Q5s did, that everyone likes upgrading to. These are definitely much beefier. These are the same that they used on the Macan. The spindle is definitely different, but I've seen people convert this to fit on a B8. More or less the same upper design, except for where the spring actually mounts is slightly different. To do the same sort of modifications we did to my Q5, you would end up having to chop more of the body, it looks like, but you'd have less control arm interference potentially, but you would be chopping up the body more than we had to. We just had to modify that upper cup versus the body as much. I was really hoping to find some B9 goodies that would fit on the B8, like the door sills that I did. But the things I was most interested in don't look like they're gonna work out. Oh well, still nice to have a car here to look at versus buying a part and finding out later it doesn't work. So I mean, the interior doesn't look that bad. A little boxy for my liking, but overall not horrible. Except for the steering wheel. I'm very much not a fan of that weird looking airbag and thin spokes. Blind spot mirrors, power folding mirrors, that's all good. The digital dash is also nice. Can't deny that, it's fun to play with. Screen's kind of out of place. I don't like the fact that it sticks out, but whatever, not the end of the world. And the fact that their power button for it is just, okay, now you don't have a screen on, but you still got this massive thing sitting here. Whatever. This is nice. I will say I do like the HVAC controls. I do like the paddle style switches for drive select, all that stuff. Shifter is kind of one of those things that takes some getting used to because you're not actually physically moving it. Wireless charging, that's nice. Rest of this is kind of useless. I don't know, kind of indifferent about it. But what I wanted to show you was more of this drive select nonsense and how they simplified the menu. Because now, let's see. All you got is your basic choices, which is fine for drive select, but when you go to vehicle, you normally have your servicing and checks. This is all you got. That's literally all you got. On any B8 vehicle, you have the ability to reset your oil service light. You can put your wipers into service position. You got your interior lighting controls. You got a ton of other options. I know a bunch of this can probably be activated in VAGCOM. I was just taken aback by how that's all they give you from the factory. Seems a little ridiculous. Same thing with the sound. This does have the B&O system in it, but in sound, you just have your basic options. You don't have anything for the B&O like you do in a B8. So again, not 100% sure why. Why don't you have anything for that like you do in the B8, B8.5? Besides that, nothing too crazy to show. Smartphone interface. Cool, I guess. That stuff doesn't really mean too much for me, but yeah, you really just are limited. Really limited on what they give you from the factory. Which is annoying for someone like me, but for an average person, probably not that big of a deal. Cubby hole there is pretty decent size. Another USB, I guess, whatever. Touchpad's kind of useless for me, but some people like it. That's pretty much it for the interior. I do like the wannabe edgeless rearview mirror. That is a nice touch. As well as the overhead console for the sunroof controls. That is a lot nicer than the B8s. It does have LED lighting that fades in and out, which is very nice. But nothing too crazy. Sunroof is the exact same. As the B8s. Same exact size, same grab handles, same coat hanger hooks. They did put this very awkward looking headrest back there. I guess the front ones are pretty awkward and bulky too, but whatever. The nice thing about the rear nice thing about the rear seats is that it has a digital climate control, which is a nice touch. And then you got 2 USBs there as well, which is also not a bad thing for backseat passengers. They also significantly upgraded the rear cup holder. Instead of having the claw style that comes out the front, this is a lot more secure. I will say I like the seats, how it has the extra stitching, the pattern on it. Just a little bit extra. I like it though. Nothing too crazy, just subtle enough. They also changed this, so you got your plastic, but then this is soft. Now all the B8s, it's plastic all the way through until it hits the seat. They used to do that on other vehicles. I don't know why they changed for the B8s, but different, little small difference. Apparently Audi wanted to give us a full set of all-weather mats and the roof racks, as well as the factory carpet mats in the back of the car, you know, with the cargo trunk protector. Don't know if that's the smartest thing for a loaner car to be given, but hey, whatever. Cool little thing is these are much nicer for the cargo lamp area lights. That's just a lot more surface area for lighting than what they have in the B8s.